Good afternoon. One Virginia dude again here. Um, Hard to believe, but we're 11 days away from the big national election. You got people lined up to vote for the Cackler or the Orange Man or maybe some independent candidate. Most people have their mind made up. That's understandable. Um, but we should be advised that there are other things on the ballot too. We're not just voting for a president and vice president. Um, there's going to be different things on the ballots in different states. In Virginia, we have 6 presidential candidates on the debate, or I'm sorry, on the ballot. Chase Oliver, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Um, we have uh, I believe it's um, what do they call it? The Independent Liberation Party, somebody named Dela Cruz. And then you have I believe it's the Constitution Party, Randall Terry, and then the Green Party, Jill Stein. I know there were 6 on the ballot, but also probably a majority of the states are electing one of their 2 senators. In our case, in Virginia, we have Tim Kaine, the incumbent, seeking a 3rd term, and he's being opposed by a military veteran named Hung Cao, who's of Vietnamese origin. He came to the United States as a child, had a distinguished career in the military, and he's running as a Republican trying to unseat Tim Kaine. Everywhere in the United States, you're going to be electing your member of the U.S. House of Representatives. All 435 of them are up every 2 years, and this is one of them. Um, Members of the Senate serve 6 years, so they're on staggered terms. So I think most states do have one senator up this year, but not every state does. Um, and they serve for 6 years. Um, in some places, you're going to be electing a governor. In Virginia, we do our governor in the following year, 2025. But I think New Jersey does too. But a lot of states are electing governors this year. Plenty of states are electing, you're going to be electing your mayor, your city councilman, your county sheriff, school boards, your aldermen, soil and water conservation boards. Um, maybe you elect your commissioner of revenue or your county treasurer. There's going to be all different kinds of things on the ballot in different states. So it's not just about electing the president. And really, your state level politicians, even if you have state House of Delegates up this year, your state senator, your state assemblyman, they might be up, but every state's different. In Virginia, we do ours in odd years. Our statewide elections are in odd numbered years. But in other states, they do it the same time they do the president. So, this could greatly affect the down ballot races too. If somebody's motivated to go out and vote for Kamala Harris, for instance, maybe they're more motivated to vote for a Democrat senator or a Democrat congressman and a Democrat mayor. And likewise, if you're inclined to vote for Donald Trump, maybe in your state there's a Republican running for the Senate or the House, or on the state or local level you might want to vote for. And I'm sure turnout is higher in presidential races than it is in off year. When you have an off year, a midterm race, the turnout isn't quite as high. So when people vote for president, they think that's the be all end all. Seriously, if we actually followed the Constitution in the United States, which we really don't, it wouldn't really matter who the president was unless we were at war. The main job of the president is to be commander in chief of the military. They're not supposed to rule by executive order. They're not supposed to hand out taxpayer money to every other country around the world, um, like Uncle Sam being a sugar daddy either. Um, you would have a situation where your state would have more bearing on your life than who's president. And the vice president, um, jokingly, they say the job of the vice president is to attend funerals on behalf of the country. But the primary job of the vice president is to preside over the Senate. and break any ties. So that's why it's sometimes important who the vice president is. Or in this case, if you have a very elderly presidential candidate, the vice president is important. But nevertheless, get out there and vote. If you can vote early in your district in Virginia, we have early in-person voting. It starts like the 21st of September or something, all the way to the election. I already voted in my local precinct. I actually went to my county registrar. You can vote early in person, or you can vote by absentee. You don't really need to give a reason. I've done that before just because of my work schedule before I retired. I voted absentee. It was just easier. But now you can vote early in person, and you can also vote on election day at your regular precinct. Mine is a high school, but it's just so much easier to just do it on a day when I had time. I went up and voted early. I would highly suggest that because you'll get to a point where, I mean, I know this has happened with people. It even happened with me on an off year election. You intend to vote and then you get a flat tire, your kid gets sick at school, um, your car breaks down, your boss needs you to do him a favor at work and stay late. You're not feeling well. There's a million reasons. There was a black cloud in the sky. There's a million reasons why things happen, and then you don't vote. And you might say, "Well, it's just one vote." Well, you've had a lot of elections where things are pretty close, and you hear people say, "Well, I don't want to waste my vote. I don't like Trump. I don't like Harris. They both suck." Okay, that's fine, but maybe vote for a third party candidate. Um, the one in Virginia was Cornell West. That's who I was thinking of. So it was Cornell West, De La Cruz, Jill Stein, Chase Oliver, um, Donald Trump, and Kamala Harris. That's our six that were on the ballot in Virginia. Randall Terry of the Constitution Party was not on the ballot in Virginia. I'm sure some people will still write him in though. But those were the six. I'm sorry I was mistaken earlier. But those were the six who were on our ballot. It might be different in your state. There's some states where the Libertarian or the Green might not have made it on the ballot, but both of them are on enough ballots to theoretically win 270 electoral votes. So I don't feel like making a prediction about anything. It's really too close to call. One thing that I do find odd is that Virginia has been a reliably blue state for the last 25 years. Yes, I know we elected a Republican governor in 2021, but that was a fluke. Um, he really didn't win so much as the Democrat Terry McAuliffe lost. But basically, Virginia is still mostly a blue state, but it's now considered in play, which is one step closer to being a swing state. A swing state. The swing states are still Pennsylvania, uh, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Carolina, Arizona, and I believe Georgia and Nevada are considered the swing or toss up states. So, but Virginia is now in play. And being here in Charlottesville, I don't watch TV except when I eat breakfast downstairs. We're staying in an extended stay hotel right now, but when I eat breakfast downstairs in the morning, they have two television sets on. One is usually on CNN and the other one's on Fox or the local Fox affiliate. Um, I noticed that I've seen a Kamala Harris commercial and I've seen dozens of Tim Kaine commercials, and I've also seen commercials for, I believe his name is Alan Vinman. He's a Democrat running for Congress. This Charlottesville, where we are, is a very, very blue area of Virginia, but it's surrounded by a sea of red. But nevertheless, the fact that the Democrat candidates are spending so much money on TV advertising does show me that they're slightly worried. I don't think Virginia is going to go for Trump. I'm not making a prediction. I'm just based on what I know right now. I don't think it will, um, just because so many people in the Tidewater area and in the Northern Virginia suburbs. By land, Virginia, just like Maryland, is very red, but there are several counties, a handful of counties that are so overwhelmingly blue and overwhelmingly populated, it swings the whole state. So, but the Democrats must be worried a little bit. Um, I will say that whoever wins Pennsylvania is probably going to win the election. That seems to be the big prize right now. And friends who live up there tell me that both parties are running a lot of ads, not just for presidential candidates, but for other ones. But nevertheless, get out there, exercise your civic duty. And okay, you don't like Trump, you don't like Harris, that's fine. But you've got to live with who your senator is, your congressman, maybe your state elections if you have them. There's going to be other people who will probably have a bigger influence on your life than who sits in the White House. So, the people in the state house can do a lot more damage to you than some of the people in the Capitol can. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say today. I hope everybody has a great afternoon. The fall weather here is absolutely gorgeous. The leaves are changing. It's kind of warm during the day and it gets chilly at night. Just that nice little, it's great to go out for a brisk walk. But anyway, that's all there is for today. Um, I wish everybody a peaceful and prosperous week and a wonderful weekend.